All right, good morning. Go live. Awesome. Hey. Good morning. How are you guys? Welcome. Good to see everybody this morning on the Rise, Grind, and Shine show. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. All right, today we're going to have a great conversation to pick up from yesterday. We have Sam Smith on, but I can't do the slow version. I had to get the fast version. Oh, this is the same acoustic version. Yes, but good morning, everyone. Good to see you. I'm looking for the speedy version. Hello. Great to see everybody. Hey, Kevin Connect. Good to see you guys on this morning. Hello. Go ahead, take this time to invite some folks. Bring some folks over. We're going to continue our money conversation today. We're going to continue. Why do you have this slow version of Sam Smith? Like, where's the club version? Good morning. Hey, Dr. Will Moreland. Good to see you. Hey, Robin. Good to see you guys. Oh, here we go. This the speedy version. Yes. This was my workout song. Oh. It's all good. He's so funny. Hey. Good morning. My husband is behind the scenes making sure everything is right. Oh, good to see y'all. Hello. All right, guys, so good to see everybody. Today we are going to finish our money conversation. Yesterday we talked about budgeting and putting your money in order. And so today we're going to talk about enhancing your relationship with money. All right. So I want to welcome each and every one of you to the Rise, Grind, and Shine show. My name is Nicole Cooper. I am your host. And we actually have 3 different platforms that we record on every single morning. So we have YouTube going on, we have all of our Facebookers checking in, and then we have our scopers. So I do like to ask that you go ahead and communicate with me so I can know that you are listening. All right, so y'all go ahead and share this with some folks. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, I love this song, Latch. This is like one of my workout songs. All right, cool. So good to see everybody this morning. I am super excited to have you guys here. As you guys know, yesterday we actually started off with the conversation on really how to manage your money when you have no idea how to budget. And after I finished that on yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, go watch the replay, and you can learn more at joinmycommunity.com and get access to the replay at joinmycommunity.com. But when I did that yesterday, and we kind of went over this process of learning how to properly manage your money, there was, there was this big question and conversation around the difference between abundance and prosperity, because you guys know that I love the book, The Science of Getting Rich, right? So there is a big dispute with people mentally on, well, I thought that money is in abundance and that I can command and demand anything that I want if I just believe that money exists. And why do I need to budget? Because I feel like I'm restricting myself when I'm budgeting my money, or I feel like I'm thinking in a space of scarcity when I have to manage my money. I thought that I can live an abundant life. I thought that I can just command it to come and it'll be there. So today I want to talk to you about the difference between abundance and the difference between money management, and also talking about your relationship with money and why how you manage your money has everything to do with what your mindset and belief is and your scarcity about money, right? Because most of us, I think a lot of us are clueless as to how prosperity works versus how our mental scarcity works when it comes to managing money. People just feel like if I got a budget, I think that I'm living in scarcity. Do any of you feel that way? Do you feel like if I have to manage, it makes me feel like I don't have any, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm minimizing my ability to be prosperous or abundant? Yeah. Okay. So that's a common conversation. And I even used to wonder about that. Like, If you say that I could have anything that I want and I could be prosperous and, I could just command it into my life, why do I have to restrain myself and limit myself in how I deal with my money? So today we're going to talk about that, because your money management and how you handle your money has everything to do with your belief about your money, right? When you are acquiring money and you just splurge, it comes from a level of scarcity and lack, right? And sometimes a lack of control, where you feel like you get something and you feel like you got to hurry up and go and buy it because you don't know if you're going to lose it, or it'll never be around. Or, we just have this, like, I tell people, we have this relationship with money, like we have a relationship with a cat. Many of you are chasing money, and as you're chasing money, if you chase a cat, the cat's going to run away from you, right? But if you learn how to sit back and you allow your confidence and your power to take control, the cat will come to you because you will be the dominant source, right? It's the same thing with money. Money is a tool. Money is not something that is we have to go hurry up and chase and try to find and scrounge around and get it. It's something that we have to get, that we don't have to get, that we the word that I'm using, we attract. It's a tool that comes into our life, but we have to be mature. We have to understand that we're the power source, not the money. We're the power source. And we tell money what we want it to do. See, when you learn how to manage your money and you begin to acquire the money and you give it an assignment, you put it out there to go to work. But when you get it and you just go blow it, you're telling your money that I really don't want you in my life. I'm trying to find the quickest, fastest way to get rid of you because I really don't understand what to do with you. Does that make sense? So that's why we have money coming in, but it goes out as fast as it comes in. Because we're telling the money, you have the power, I have no control. As you come, I just got to get rid of it because I don't know what to do with it. Oh my God, I got money, I got to go buy. What can I buy? Oh, there's some shoes on sale. Let me go buy these shoes. Oh, you want to go on a trip? Let's go on a trip. We have no sense of control. So it's almost like the behaviors of a child, right? I have two children. I have a 4-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. And when it comes to my two kids, their ability to comprehend weight is not there. Chloe's getting better, right? Because she's 8. But Carson does not understand weight. He is like such a tantrum guy. Like he screams and he throws these tantrums and he'll embarrass you if we're out in public and he can't get his way. Because he doesn't understand restraint and control and power. That he has the power within him to hold off and wait a few minutes for what it is that he says he wants. Many of us, our maturity level is like that of a 4-year-old when it comes to our money. We don't know the power of wait to be able to operate in wisdom to know when it's time to make certain decisions. And so we go out and we buy, and we go out and we do, and we go out and we spend, and we have no sense of control. None. And I know it because I was there. I used to be that way. And the funny thing is, guys, is listen, what taught me my greatest lesson was losing everything. When we went bankrupt because we went bankrupt for several reasons. That's a whole another conversation for another day. But one of the things that I remember that led us to our bankruptcy court was real estate was booming at the time. And everybody was out buying properties and I was selling them properties and I was hearing about people doing deals and all this stuff happening. And I felt like I didn't want to miss out. So I needed to hurry up and buy before I missed out. It was the scarcity approach. I felt like if I didn't buy a house now, I would never be able to buy a house again. So let me hurry up and buy this house. So I went and bought one house and then 2 houses, then 3 houses, then 4 houses. And I just started buying all these houses with no control. And in my mind, I was making the right decisions. But I had no control. I did not have the wisdom to wait. I was operating out of scarcity because I felt like Everybody else was going to buy up all the houses and I wouldn't be able to get one. And plus, I had an ego. I'm a real estate agent. I should own a lot of property because I'm the one selling houses, right? And so I remember my husband telling me, we bought our first house and it was cool. It was a condo. I think we spent like 80 grand. Nice condo, nice area of town, right across the street from Universal Studios. The mortgage was $800 a month, extremely manageable. And then I went and saw this house. The house was horrible. It was old, needed to be totally gutted. And I took him to the house. He said, in the car, I don't think we should do this. And I'm like, you ain't in real estate. You don't know what you're talking about. We need to get this house. Bought that house. Then bought another house. Then bought another house. I was operating from a place of scarcity and not wisdom. And so that led us right to bankruptcy court because I did not know how to wait. Little did I know I would learn later that those who invest in real estate invest in a down economy. If I was smart, I would have saved my money, put my money up, that when the market was going down, when everybody stopped buying, that's when I should have been buying. You get it? Instead of doing what everybody else was doing, I should have been watching what everyone else was doing, and I should have been operating differently than the masses. And so that's what I want to help you guys understand today, even with money. Right now, we rent a house. We rent a house. Now, I can go right now and go buy a house. But it's prime time in Austin. I mean, everybody's moving to Austin and everybody's buying a house. Can I go out here right now? Should I buy it because the house is on the market 2 and 3 days and they sell? I can, but guess what? This is familiar territory. This was me in Orlando just 11 years ago. So I'm okay with waiting and renting and saving because the market has to slow down and eventually it's going to have to subside and I'll invest, right? My ego would say, you making money, you should own a house. No, it's not time. Just wait. New election coming in November, pay attention, right? So anyway, let's talk about your relationship with money. Let's talk about your relationship with money because when I began to understand the power of patience, when I began to understand how to sit down and give your money an assignment, it gave me so much more power and control and restraint, right? So now when I go out, I keep X amount of cash on me, right? And we have like a fun budget. So if we want to go out, like yesterday, I took the kids out to grab something to eat just to get them out the house. You have cash. You have a budget. I got $40 for the week that if we go out this week and we want to grab something to eat, I got $40 to spend. When the $40 is gone, it's gone, right? When I started learning how to properly assign my money to places, it began to allow me to understand putting it on assignment, but commanding more in my life to support the assignment, okay? To support the assignment. A lot of us want to have this abundant mindset, this abundant living, this prosperity conversation, but we have a desire for prosperity and abundance with no assignment. If you don't have somewhere where you want to invest that resource that is going to create more for you, it's not going to create abundance. If you're going to take that resource, the tool called money, and you throw it out there to things called liabilities that are expenses that depreciate in value, and you're just throwing it in different places over and over again, it's always going to be low. There's no way for your money to grow if you don't give it an assignment. Now, what do I mean by that? Does that mean you have to be investing it in different things? Here's what I want to create clarity around. You may not always know where to invest it, but you give it an assignment. So it might be on assignment for savings for a future investment. You may not even know what to invest in. You don't have to have all those answers. What you know is I have a designated amount that's on assignment for wealth building. That's when you pray, Lord, I am putting this in your hands. I'm declaring that I'm going to build wealth and establish it. I'm being disciplined enough to give this an assignment. Somehow, some way, something's going to present itself to support this goal. You don't always know how, right? You don't always know how. You just know what. I tell people, don't worry about the how. Just know what you need to do. Okay, know what you need to do. Where's my hearts Periscope? Where's my my firecrackers Facebook? Are y'all with me? It's the only way I know. That's the only way you can talk back to me. Okay. Mentally, you have to learn how to establish assignments before it shows up. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I'm not sitting here telling y'all that I got a portfolio of millions of dollars and I'm driving, got Lamborghinis and this, that, and the other. I'm becoming who I need to become to attract that which I desire. So it's in the small things that you put it into practice. He who has been faithful over the few shall then be ruler over more, over many. See, your management of your money does not come when you make more of it. Your management of your money comes when you manage what you have. When you take responsibility for the few that you have. I heard Tony Robbins say something that he said, if you don't tithe off of $1, you're not going to tithe off of $1 million. It's the habits that you develop. It's the perceptions that you create. It's the relationship that you build about how you view this tool called money. Most of us right now are waiting for a big windfall before we say we're going to start managing what we have. We say, when I make all this money, then you can talk to me about investments and emergency savings. But right now, I get so little money, I don't have enough money to have no savings. I don't have enough money right now to pay no tithe. I don't have no money right now to budget. I can barely feed my family. What do you mean, manage my money? Let me show you guys the miracle of prosperity and abundance. Let me show you guys when true manifestation of abundance manifests in your life. It's when you change your thinking and you say, oh, right now what I do have is this, and what I will do is take this and put it here because I'm believing that it's going to allow me to grow. It's going to allow my income to grow. It's going to allow my finances to grow. It's going to allow it to evolve. It reminds me of that story in the Bible when Jesus fed people with 5 fish and a loaf of bread, right? Y'all remember that story? He fed 5,000 people, something like that. I think I'm mixing the story up right now with some fish and a loaf of bread. And what happened was they didn't say, oh, we only got. What they did say is, here's what we have. Let's work with what we got. And what happened is they started tearing off the bread. And the more they teared off, the more they continued to be able to feed. And what happened is it never ran out. The well never ran dry. The fish continued to multiply in their hand when they worked with what they had. They didn't say, let me go out on a boat and let me see if I can put the net down and scoop up 50,000 fish before I feed y'all. No, you know what? I'm going to work with what we got, and we're going to feed everybody with what we got because we're going to believe that it will multiply. We're going to believe that it's going to be enough to cover us, right? We're going to believe. I just saw this quote. Gosh, I hope I can find it again. Where is it at? I'll find it. Oh, so this quote says, prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than having what you want. Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than having what you want. Prosperity depends on you receiving what you have. Prosperity depends on you honoring what you have. Prosperity depends on you saying what I have is enough, and I'm going to take what I have and use what I have to create the more. It's not blowing what you have, dishonoring it. I don't make no money. This ain't no real money. I'm just going to throw this away. That's not no money. I can't do nothing with that. That language is disrespectful to the resources that you're saying you want more of in your life. I'm not saying you worship money and you do that. What I'm saying is you honor the source of where it comes from with a belief system that what I have is enough, and I'm grateful for what I have because I'm believing that if I manage what I have, I will be able to develop and evolve and create more. So what does that look like? Let's talk about some practical ways to put this into practice. The first thing is we talked about this yesterday, you have to identify where your money is currently going, right? You have to take the time out to sit down and go through. I do that now every Friday. At least I try to. Now, I sometimes miss days, but I try to go through my bank statement and see where is my money going, right? They say that you can tell what you value most based on where you spend your money, okay? So when I go through my bank statements, a lot of my money go back into business. So that's what I value, right? It goes into eating out too. It used to dining out. I don't dine out as much these days. I'm very cautious. We eat a lot at home. But you can tell what you value most based on where your money goes. So you want to respect what you have and sit down and start writing down where's your money going, okay? The second thing that you want to do is begin to understand your background and look at how money affected the family that you came from, all right? How did money affect the family that you came from, and identify issues that affect your attitudes and behaviors, okay? So look at your background. Did you grow up in an environment where it was always, we don't have no money? I noticed with my daughter, she would come to me and I would say, she would ask me for something. I would say, no, Chloe, we're not buying that. And she would say, why, Mom? Because we don't have any money? And I had to change her conversation and say, no, it's not that we don't have any money. We just have not made a decision to buy this. We have a budget where we have X amount of dollars and those dollars will go to this. But it's teaching her at the age of 8 that when she's asking for something and I'm saying no, I'm not saying no because we're broke, because we don't have the money. I'm saying no because that's not a priority right now. We have other responsibilities where we're going to put that money towards, and we're going to designate an amount, and what's available for this, what we put together for this, is what we'll have for this. If you want to go shopping, then we have X amount of dollars to shop. If you want to go get your Frappuccino, if you earn $5 for the week, and you got your $1 for your tithe, your 50 cents for your tithe, and we break this down and you put some in savings, and then what you got left over is $2 to have fun. Well, guess what? We're going to have to catch a Frappuccino on a happy hour, right? It's getting her to understand early. I'm not saying no because we broke. I'm not saying no because we don't have any money, because if you tell your kids, we don't have no money, money don't grow on trees, and nah, I can't afford that, we can't afford that. What happens is subconsciously we're developing that dialogue in their minds that this is how life is, we're broke, we can't afford that, and they're going to begin to take those beliefs and make them their personal belief systems. So you have to identify, what was your background like growing up? I'm going to be honest, in my background, we always got what we wanted. Like, my mom was like, okay, let's see what we can do. My mom never gave us we don't have no money, we broke. Never, ever. My mom took care of everybody. She fed everybody. And the reality is, my mom had an abundant mindset. Even then, I don't even think she understood what she had. Because even if we were struggling, everybody could always come to our house and get a meal. And she told me that this lady had blessed her when she was on her deathbed, when she was dying. My mom is such a giver and a lover of people. She wants to help the world. She goes, feeds the homeless. She's amazing. Sorry, y'all, the housekeepers are here. So if you hear they're vacuuming and stuff in the background, I need to get them to stop vacuuming while we're doing the show. Yeah, they just stopped. Okay, but my mom had an abundant mindset even when we were kids. And she said a lady told her when she was on her deathbed, Sister Charles, she told my mom, may your bread basket always remain full. May your bread basket always remain full. I'll never forget that. My mom told me that when I was like 9 years old. And with her telling her that, my mom has always fed everybody. She's never lacked when it came to food, right? So I witnessed this in my mom, and I have a mindset that there is no lack. I just grew up with an expectation that there's always going to be enough. I just got to learn how to manage what I have so I can respect it enough to command enough in my life. Y'all get it? Okay, cool. The next thing that you want to do is you want to begin to examine your expectations, right? Examine your expectations. You got to look and ask yourself, do I have the mindset of a 4-year-old where I expect to get everything I want now? And so that desire for everything that I want now is driving my spending habits where I have no restraint, that I keep telling myself I deserve something which when I think I deserve something and I'm telling myself that, and I start spending on a retail habit, or spending my money saying I deserve, right? Am I really telling myself that I don't deserve to have more come to me by being responsible with what I have? Does that make sense? So in essence, a lot of us have expectations, or I don't want to say expectations, we have desires because of lack in our lives, right? Insecurities. I watched Life or Debt, and this lady had a bad shopping habit, and the shopping habit wasn't because she liked to shop. It was because she had lost 150 pounds, and she used to be a plus size woman. And when she lost all this weight, in order to feel better about herself and to kind of comfort those insecurities, she felt that she needed to keep buying stuff. Even if she didn't wear it, it just made her feel validated, right? It made her feel validated. A lot of us do things to feel validated by our peers, right? So if I wanted to be caught up in the pressure, I can go buy me a house to make people feel like she a homeowner, she making money, she should fit in, right? I ain't doing that. I'm cool where I'm at, because I know when the time is right, I'm going to do that, right? But you got to know you got to manage your expectations. Are your expectations driving you to the poorhouse? Are your expectations driving you to the poorhouse because there's insecurities that you're trying to overcompensate for, because you're trying to prove something to some people to be accepted? Like, what's driving these behaviors? When you start identifying what's driving these behaviors, you'll begin to understand how it works. Now, we got to wrap up for the sake of time, but here's what you want to do. What you want to do is alter your approach about money by understanding that it's a tool and that you have to give it an assignment. And when you take the things that matter most to you and you put it down as a priority within that assignment and you remain diligent in it, what's going to happen is you'll see just a massive increase of things happening in your life when you change those behaviors and give it an assignment. Okay? So I'll repeat that. You have to change your behaviors. And the way that you change your behaviors is you give your money an assignment. But in giving it an assignment, identify what is a priority to you, right? If you want to be debt free and that was a priority, guess what? The money would show up for you to reduce that debt. If you wanted to buy a house and that was a priority, the money would show up to buy that house. I remember the car I bought, I watched my car for a whole year. And I literally saved. I had money saved up that when I went to the dealership, I had 5 figures ready to put down. Now, I think it was very stupid. I should have went and bought an older model, cash, for the cash that I had instead of getting a dumb car note, right? I think it was the stupidest thing. I remember my very smart, wealthy friend saying, Nicole, do you really want a car note? And I was like, I really want the car. Expectations, right? Manage your expectations. And I put my 5 figures down and with another 5-figure debt, right? Stupid. But I love my car. Lesson learned. I won't do that again. But give it an assignment. Where do you want it to go? What do you want it to do for you? Where do you want it to evolve you to be? Do you want to buy a house? Make it a priority and save towards it. And all of a sudden, guys, the money and the resources will come. Okay? The money and the resources will come. It's jumping. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. But I love having these conversations about money because we always talk about how to make more of it. But very few people are teaching us how to manage it properly, right? Very few people are teaching us how to manage it. And so I just want to encourage you guys. I'm just going to wrap with this quote. Somebody said, what would you do differently? If I can turn back the hands of time to all these years that we've been able to make a boatload of income in multiple different industries, if I was smart, I would have been like Warren Buffett. I would have put all my money up for when the economy got bad. The people who are rich, I was reading Dave Ramsey's book, Entre Leadership, and I was reading some stuff from Warren Buffett this morning. They were saying people who build wealth built wealth when people are operating out of fear, right? So if you think, I lived through the recession and saw when the market collapsed. And I remember everybody freaking out. That's when investors rise and make their greatest amount of money, is when you scared. So when people get scared, they start selling stuff. They go into panic mode. And there's a boatload of people waiting for you to panic, because they're going to profit from your panic. They're going to profit from your panic. And so if I was smart over all these years, if I can do it over again, I would have never functioned like everybody else in a booming economy. I would have waited and reserved what I earned for when the market will shift, because the market is a cycle. Every 7 to 8 years, we on that 8-year brink right now. We're about to change presidential elections. Pay attention. Everything about to change. For the last 8 years, Obama helped us out. He had low interest rates, this, that, and the other. When you have low interest rates, it's a buying economy. Everybody's spending money because it's good. Nothing to worry about. Everybody ready to move when Trump come in. You know, I ain't going to say that when. I'm not saying that. Everybody said if Trump. They'll move. But I tell you what, if everybody go into a panic come November, the wealthy people going to get extremely wealthy while everybody's getting pissed off and panicking and pulling back. So I'm not saying I'm the smartest, most wisest person when it comes to money. I'm just learning. But if I could do it over again, that's what I would have done. And that's what I plan to do now, is pay more attention when it's booming, and be wise and get out there with the sharks when everybody's operating from fear. So anyway, guys, that is today's show. I hope that this helped you. Come on over to joinmycommunity.com. Joinmycommunity.com, and let's start a conversation. You know, I want to know from you guys today, like, how do these conversations help you? Are they helping you at all? You know, I'm talking to you guys and it may help you, but I never hear from you. I don't know, right? So it makes me think, is it working? So let me know. So anyway, come on over to joinmycommunity.com. Tell us what you got out of today's show. I would love to get some feedback from you. Joinmycommunity.com. And that's it for today's show. So I will see you guys on tomorrow on the Rise, Grind, and Shine show. Okay? All right. Let's see if I can replay this song. My boy Aubrey, he's in the Netherlands. This is one of our favorite songs together. All right, y'all. See you later. Have a good day. Oh, my husband's so sweet. From my oatmeal. Say thank you, Chunga. Bye, y'all.